So the Wii U wasn't that bad. Hear me out, hear me out. Everybody knows that Nintendo's failed system of the 2010s is the Wii U. Yes, it sold horribly. But is it really as bad as everyone really made it out to be? I mean, is it? Well, that's what we're gonna figure out today. We're gonna break down, go through my thoughts on why the Wii U really isn't that bad. The Wii U was announced E3 2011 by our man, Reggie, top tier, but they revealed the Wii U at Nintendo's E3 2011 press conference, and let's just say Buzz wasn't as happy as Nintendo would thought. They targeted a 2012 release, and people weren't as jazzed. When they announced the Wii U, they announced gamepad and games like Pikmin and the Batman Arkham games when, those were new. Remember that time? But the Wii U was shown off at 2011's E3 and was, Nintendo's first HD system. They really conceived it out of the fact that they needed a more powerful system, as they were very limited with the Wii. The Wii wasn't an HD system, especially compared to the 360 or later models of the 360 and the PlayStation 3. The Wii wasn't, as powerful as those, even though it sold way more than both systems. So 2012 comes around, and it did not blow up as Nintendo expected. Nintendo was promoting this as the Wii sequel, but it really didn't take off as the Wii itself did. Everyone was just confused with the Wii U. It was, a Wii. It had the Wii, but it had the U. It wasn't really defined as a new system, despite the HD graphics and tablet controller, but it did not release very well. It did not sell a lot at the beginning. At the beginning, there were two bundles. There was the white bundle with 8 gigabytes. 8 gigabytes, that's not a lot of storage. Considering some video games today are over 100 gigabytes, 8 gigabytes isn't a lot. Now, you have to remember this was 10 years ago, but it came out in the 8 gigabyte white Wii U bundle, which looked very similar to the regular Wii. And then they had the deluxe bundle, which was the more common, more promoted black system. That's the one you see everywhere. Nobody sees white systems. Everyone sees the black systems. That's super popular. Well, that's probably because they made more. But that one had 32 gigs, so the same as the Switch. And that came with Nintendo Land. Now, Nintendo Land was really their Wii Sports. The Wii used Wii Sports, but it wasn't sports. It was mini games with Nintendo characters. Yeah, let's just say it wasn't as appealing to families as Wii Sports was. Yeah, so after its release, it tanked in sales. It barely sold anything until now you guys may be thinking this is some, turnaround, and the Wii U was like, yes, I'm back. I'm gonna beat up the PS4 and Xbox One. No. In 2013, Zelda Wind Waker HD was released, and it got this is the only special edition Wii U it got. It got the Zelda Wii U Special Edition. This thing is beautiful. I love it. I wish I could have found it, but I didn't, even though I'm such a Zelda fan. But it had the game and the Hyrule Historia with it, and that actually spiked Wii U sales for a week. A week, yeah. The Wii U sales spiked, and nothing came of it. Not even Zelda could save this dying system. Eventually, it went on to sell horribly until in 2015, the white model was discontinued in everywhere. Not just both America and Japan, everywhere. It was discontinued everywhere. And so, for the next 2 years, the black Wii U was the last one. It was officially announced after their January press conference for announcing the Nintendo Switch that the Wii U would be done with production. January 31st, 2017, Wii U done. No production. No bueno. And it had a really short life cycle. From 2012 to, we'll call it 2017. Had like 4 years of development. It's the shortest like mainstream console, especially considering the PS4 is still going strong almost 10 years later. Not even the games could say it. Which is what's going to bridge us into our next section. Now, the gamepad. Oh, the gamepad. The gamepad is a really strange device. It was ahead of its time. 2012 was really the time when all the iPad kids came out. So, of course, everybody had to capitalize on iPad kids. But mobile gaming was becoming really strong with Apple's App Store. You know, everybody was like, oh, free games, $2.99, $1.99 here on the App Store. That's not enough. That's not too bad just to play a game on their phones. And I'm not going to lie, I do play some games on my phone too, like Dissidia Final Fantasy or even Mario Kart. Yes, that is a topic for another day when Nintendo branched into the mobile market. But I am guilty of playing mobile games on my phone. And so Nintendo saw, this is coming popular, let's hop on this trend. So their new controller, instead of waggling around this TV remote looking thing, we're going to build this big, bulky tablet. It is quite comfortable, but this thing is massive. If you hold it in your hand compared to a Nintendo Switch, you will be shocked at its size. Even though it's massive, its screen is actually quite tiny. Now this gamepad, is what they call it, is packed with literally everything. Control sticks, buttons, dual analog, all that stuff, has all the buttons, had a microphone, had a touch screen so you could like draw on it. It's basically a big 3DS. You can't tell me that pair a Wii U and a TV and then look at 3DS. I mean, look at The Wind Waker or Ocarina of Time. Put them side to side together, they are basically big 3DS, little 3DS. Really, they really had some symmetry going on over at Nintendo. But it also had NFC. This controller was packed with everything, including terrible battery life, which is its probably most common issue. But despite its bulkiness, it is quite comfortable and nice to hold. The idea with the gamepad and having a screen on it not only was to add to gameplay elements of the TV, so like with Star Fox Zero, you could control and pilot the R-Wing or whatever it's called with the gamepad, and you could see what's going on the TV. It had a really nice duality with it. But you could also offload the game onto your gamepad, so if somebody wanted to watch the sports game, which, what are you doing in the same room as someone watching a sports game, but game to your gamepad, and not have to worry about interrupting the sports game. And that was really cool. That's kind of like the building blocks of the Switch. The Wii U could probably be categorized as the building block of the Switch, The Wii U glided so the Nintendo Switch could soar, or whatever that expression is. But I digress. To sum it up to a short story, the Wii U gamepad, marvel in technology. Crazy stuff. Tried to capitalize on the tablet game. Did not work out. Guess those iPad kids weren't so gung-ho for a Wii U tablet. But yeah. And of course, the defining part of a console is its games, its software library. The Wii U's software library isn't that great. Now, if you're looking at a third-party stance of view, it's not great. You only have a couple, Disney Infinity and Skylanders released on that. Those were big in the 2010s, but what else? We got a few sports games, Call of Duty, ironic enough, and not much else. Most things were indie, which is fantastic because Nintendo really found a passion for their indie developers, and indie developers and indie worlds and indie showcases are still going strong today on the Nintendo Switch. But first party was where it's at with the Wii U. Now, when the Wii U came out, first party was hitting hard, going strong. I'd say from 2012 to 2014 is really when Nintendo poured dev time into it. This is where they were like, okay, let's see if software can push the sales of this system. And some amazing games we got between 2012 and 2014 were, New Super Mario Bros. U, Splatoon, Smash Brothers, Mario Kart. I mean, these really great games. And that was really the strong suit of the Wii U. It was basically dead in 2015. That's when they announced they were seeking other ventures. But the lineup of games is still really good. Now, here's where the Wii U, like the wanting to get it, like the drive to get the Wii U kind of falls off, is most of the good games were put on the Switch almost immediately. If you look at, Zelda Breath of the Wild, released simultaneously on Wii U, although most people consider it a Nintendo Switch game, it also came out on Wii U. So I guess you can't put that only for up in the corner. Now, they stopped doing that a long time ago. But Mario Kart 8 received Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with all the DLC and new characters in battle mode on the Switch. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the Nintendo Switch's best-selling game, and it's not even brand new. Now, they have been adding on to it, but it's still the core Mario Kart 8 from Wii U. Splatoon got Splatoon 2, and then later Splatoon 3, two Splatoon sequels on one system, kind of built off of the original Splatoon. Smash Brothers got Smash Brothers Ultimate, which is basically Smash Wii U, but like really buffed up. And so many more got ports, even to other systems, like what comes to mind, the wonderful 101. All the Bayonetta games got their chance on Switch, even sequels. Really, Hyrule Warriors, Pokken Tournament, I can think of just so many really good Wii U games that got their second chance on Nintendo Switch, and it really says there's no reason to get a Wii U. This is where I transfer to my next segment. Why you should get a Wii U. There are still a bunch of exclusive games stuck on the Wii U. Some come to mind: Xenoblade Chronicles X for you anime simps out there. Game & Wario, which has climbed to an exuberant price. And I think there's like 12 more that are still first-party Nintendo exclusive to the Wii U. The exclusives are where it's at, and especially if you want to go back, because Smash for Wii U is still technically an exclusive. Splatoon 1 is still technically an exclusive, even though they have either enhanced versions or sequels on Nintendo Switch. They're still exclusive to the Wii U. You can't get those experiences elsewhere. The Zelda HD games, Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, are still stuck on Wii U for now. Take my heed now. Get a Wii U and go on the eShop before it closes down. Because March 27th of 2023, the Wii U eShop is dead. You can already not put your credit card in. You can only use Nintendo cards. Actually, I don't even think you can use Nintendo cards anymore. You have to... I believe there's this neat trick with transferring funds, but that's for another video. Leaving so many doorways open, but the Wii U has so much untapped potential, especially with its exclusive games. If you're willing to shill out some cash, which Wii U's themselves aren't too bad, you are still getting, Zelda Wind Waker HD, Nintendo Land, Splatoon, Smash for Wii U, Zelda Twilight Princess HD. Even if you want, you can get Amiibo Festival and Ultra Smash and all the really terrible Wii U games that are, still going good, still exclusive on there. But so, in short, in my opinion, I do believe that the Wii U is great. I think it has untapped potential. I feel like it was killed off too early, even though the Nintendo Switch is fantastic. Maybe Nintendo should have led with the Switch. The hybrid system really has worked out for them this generation, and I feel like if they started with a Switch, maybe took everything they had done with the Wii U, and then morphed it into the Switch before releasing their disastrous Wii U, I feel like that could have worked out way better in Nintendo's favor. and maybe it would have, well, technically it does still stand a chance, but maybe it would have stood a chance against PS4 and Xbox One. Maybe that could have been the Xbox One killer, who knows, but we can only look back, and a lot of things like the Star Wars prequel trilogy, or, you know, terrible games get like a cult following in the future and actually become really good, which I'm not saying the Star Wars prequel movies are good. No, those are trash, except for Revenge of the Sith. I love you. But I still believe the Wii U is a fantastic system. It has so many advantages, like the eShop. You can go and get all the virtual console games to your heart's desire, at least until March. And you still have a bunch of really good games, and even if you're looking for games are still cheap now. So games that got like Mario Kart 8 or Splatoon or Smash Brothers are quite cheap now, and you can get those original untapped experiences for not a lot. And you can kind of say, you can reminisce, you can be like, oh yeah, Mario Kart 8 is way better. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is way better. It's got, you know, new characters, it's got the DLC stages, all that. Splatoon 2 and 3 are way better. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is way better than Smash for You, but it's cool to go back, at least from a nostalgic standpoint, and see where it was back in the day. You know, back when it was untapped, when they were still doing their old builds. Anyway, that's going to do it for me today. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. We are so close to 100, and subscribe. We're so close to 100 subscribers. I'd love to hit that mark really soon. I have a really exciting video planned for 100, so if you want to help me, press that subscribe button with your kneecap, with your toes, with your fingers, with your ears, whatever you need to do to subscribe. Please subscribe. We're almost to 100. Turn on notifications so you can always be ready and up to date with my new videos. That'll do it for me now. I've been King from Kingdom Studios. Have a legendary day.